Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this week podcast. First of all, hello for who doesn't know me. For who does know me, first time you see me, my name is Daniele Lattanzi. I am the co-founder and CEO of Holistic Health Solutions and Effective Practice Management companies dedicated to help practitioners to expand and train with a postgraduate training facility. And today we are going to have an incredible webinar or podcast with our own clinical director, Dr. Brad. Hello, Dr. Brad.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Dr. Brad is a chiropractor for many years. He's also a trainer, nutritionist. He does everything. And he's been helping chiropractors and holistic and wellness practitioners for many years. How many, Dr. Brad?
53.
Yes, too many to be count, like kind of. And he's a wealth of knowledge, and we want to go over with you and bring you some tips and solutions for. We were talking the other day, and is from Thanksgiving, from this period down with Thanksgiving coming and the Christmas holiday, everything's good to hell, right?
It does.
It does, right?
So no matter their best intentions, they don't survive.
That's right. So anyway, first of all, before we jump into the podcast, I want to thank you, all of you, for joining us. I know that you have a busy schedule, so we want to welcome everybody. And if I'm looking this side, I have a screen that tells you who is here. So let's see. I want to welcome Jeannie, Michael. I have Richard. Welcome, Amber. So welcome all of you, and please tell us from where you're coming from as well. We'd like to know, and you're welcome to send us your questions as we speak. We definitely wanted to have this as to be interactive. So, Dr. Brett, so let's get into it. So, well, holiday is supposed to be a happy year, which it is for most of it, but it's also, you put a lot of strain due to the diet and the sugar. So what's going on during this time?
Well, this time of year, number one, you have all these family events where everybody's going and they're eating what they like to eat, not what they should eat.
Right.
And they're also following the traditions of their family. Many times these are the sweets. These are the certain types of foods and vegetables that are rather high carbohydrate, high starch, high fat.
Yeah.
And then they have the stress of getting ready for the holidays, especially if they have children. And so it's a very stressful season, and people's health kind of gets put to the side, and then they try to catch up January 1st.
Right. That's totally right. Right. So, based on your observations, like, what do you think is some of the reason of, beside the stress, but like, what's happening with some of the, like, how a practitioners can sort of do something about it in order to...
Yeah, there's things our practitioners can do to help people digest the food they're eating, to address the areas that are going to be under stress because of the foods they're eating. We can offer some suggestions on how they can handle the stress of the small children and stress of running all over the country trying to keep up with everybody. And so we can offer some suggestions in that direction also. But the main thing is, this time of year, people eat what they like to eat, the traditions, and they put their health back in the corner someplace.
Right. Totally. So, using that as a talking point, kind of, what is that a practitioner can do as a practical strategy that then they can give to their patients? Because obviously here you have a patient, let's say, that is already with the practitioners on their journey on their path to do what they're doing, whatever is their tailored program is. So now all of a sudden, all of this going to go out of the window, right?
Exactly. It's going down the tubes.
Exactly. So what is a practical advice that you can give to practitioners based on your experience that they can do with the patients so that they are not going to throw everything out of the window?
Sure. Well, one of the things is people feel like they should eat something that a family member prepared for them, whether it's something they would benefit from or not. Most often not, because it's high sugar, high fat. So one of the things they can do just to appease somebody is put a serving on their plate and then spread it around. Looks like they've been eating it, whether they did or not. It's real easy. And then again, drink plenty of water. Keep the body hydrated, especially those people up north. This is a time of year where they get dehydrated. They're not aware of it because the humidity in the air is very low. And when you run the furnace in your house, it starts pulling moisture out of your body. You get a little dehydrated, which also makes you feel down. And then the problem with that is people think, oh, I just need more food. Well, right. The more food I'm going to have of these cakes and cookies because they're available because so-and-so gave me this nice gift and I should eat it.
Right. Also like, oh, I need more coffee.
Exactly. More coffee, more tea, more. We won't go down the other beverages that are prevalent at the holidays.
Right. Exactly. So moving on to our discussion here. So, and I'm sure you have seen this over and over with your students, also with other people that you're helping. Practitioner dread kind of going back in January 1st because now all their patients show up at their door all beaten up and oh, please help me.
And not only that, they go, please give me instant results. I want to feel better yesterday.
Right. So what is some few piece of advice that you can give to practitioners on especially on the mindset that they can help prepare their client before to go this down path?
Well, number one is let the person know it's okay if you fudge, because that's the main thing. They don't want to come in and confess to the practitioner, oh, I didn't take my supplements. Oh, I ate what I shouldn't eat. They don't want to confess that.
Right.
And so part of the time they won't even arrive for the appointment because they don't want to let the practitioner know that they didn't do their job.
Right.
So first thing is let the person know it's okay.
Right.
And if you do this, we have ways to combat it, which is what I'm going to be going over at the event that I'm putting on in December.
Oh, an event. Okay, guys. So here we go. We have an event coming up with Dr. Brad. So stay tuned. We're going to tell you more at the end of this talk here. I told, yeah, that makes total sense. So it's like in that way, because the person must probably kind of the client or patients, they're going to feel all like, oh,
yeah,
like why I'm going to see the nutritionist, like I have not followed any of the advice. So
that's right. So the brave ones come in and confess it.
Yeah.
The not so brave ones don't show up for appointments.
Right.
So you need to handle that before it gets there.
Totally.
As I've said many times, the best way to handle any problem is before it's a problem.
Totally. That makes sense. Also because, I mean, just from a logical point of view, with the diet that went completely out of whack or out of a window, whatever you, obviously whatever progress was made up to that point, now you need to reevaluate. I'm assuming, I don't know, like,
okay.
Yeah,
like you do.
You need to reevaluate the thing completely, right? So like, I guess that actually would be better that the client came and say, look, I already know that you're going to fudge, so no worry.
Well,
just come, because we need to see where you stand, basically.
That's right. We need to keep you beefed up. kind of proofed up against what's going to be taking place. And the single biggest thing I've discovered is don't make the patient wrong for what they did, no matter how stupid it was.
Right.
And so make it right for them. That way they're willing to tell you what they did and they're willing to show up.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So that also from a practical point of view, like the person then will come. How long then at that point do you suggest that they do a brand new evaluations, like, or what would be the?
Yeah, great question. So the main starting point is you might want to get a symptom or system survey prior to the holidays. And then after the holidays, do another one, see what's happened. Because that'll just lead you down the garden path of what supplements you might want to be in or how to handle their diet in the first place.
Right. So you have like, that's a great idea, like, because so in that way you have a snapshot before the holiday or around at this time, and then you have another one.
That's exactly right. And those people that do nutrition response testing have some other tools that they can evaluate regarding if the nervous system is awake and paying attention or if the nervous system's in a state of confusion.
Right, right, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, whatever each person, whatever practitioners, whatever tools they have,
That's
they
right.
can use it. But either way, whatever testing they're using, they can do a test before and a test after. Then in that way, kind of they can monitor.
That's exactly right.
That's great. That's great. Um, is in your opinion, like, have you seen from your experience that are there any other tools that is going to help practitioners to keep the patients more on the rails, or is pretty much?
Oh yeah, just some general things. Number one is people don't drink enough water this time of year, so make sure they're drinking plenty of water. Not coffees and teas; those are diuretics. You need to rehydrate the person. The other thing is just digestive enzymes, pancreatic enzymes, liver enzymes, small intestine enzymes. There's a whole plethora of enzymes out there that people can be using, and I'll go over a lot of suggestions at that.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. And always in the subject of a holiday, because you also have the stress of people, where there's a lot of people traveling.
Yes.
And going new area or new state, or in some cases a new country, to mitigate the stress from traveling and of a change of food and so forth. What are, like, in additions of a lot of drinks, what are other factors that can help to mitigate lowering the stress, and with that, of the negative effect of the stress?
Well, as I've talked about many times when I'm teaching the advanced courses, one of the things we need to get our people to do is take a walk, because life jumps up and smacks them in the face, and they just need to go out and get some space so they're not all stressed. The other thing is, especially with small children, the caregiver needs to have a me day. Hugely important that caregiver has a me day. If nothing else, get a nice hot bath with some good Epsom salts or some other relaxer in there. And then and it's not going to happen a lot over the holidays because they're busy doing the children's events, the school events, the church events, and the family events. It all gets all jumbled up. So people have a hard time handling that. So make sure they're getting plenty of rest, plenty of good liquids that are not going to be diuretics, and just in general, B vitamins are stress vitamins.
Yes.
So they can just go that route.
Okay, great.
And then I'm going to be covering a lot more in that direction when at the workshop.
Absolutely, totally. Which we're going to catch up in a second. All right, so we have Amber here. I have a question, so I'm reading. So Amber asking, what if patient asks us about general immune support before they travel? you have some overall good supplement we can give them?
Great question. I'll be talking about that, but let's just give you a little hint. The general immune ones are nothing more than those that handle bacteria, virus, and especially this time of year, people don't think about it, the molds, fungus, and yeast. So the supplements from lots of companies, you have your standard process company, you have your systemic formulas company, you have your energetics company, and you have your cell core company, and you have your biopharma biocell company. So all those products that are going to handle the frontal brain primarily is what you want to support, as well as immune.
Right. Totally. And also, I mean, I'm sure that you're going to cover more on your seminars also, because this is a season that is an overload of sugar. We also have our own glycade
that's right. And that's on the list to be talked about at the workshop, because that's a specialty type of product, and there's an easy way to use it. Just as a rule of thumb, during the holiday season, if people would take 1 or 2 glycade each day when they're going to go out and eat a family meal that's going to be high carbohydrate, it's just a great way to support it.
Right.
Oh, as a side note, zinc. Zinc is also an area that boosts the immune system.
Totally. Exactly. And then on that note about zinc, like little plug, we have our own liquid zinc that is easily much easier to absorb. So you definitely want to take a look. We can submit a link on that. But you definitely wanted to stock up on and have your patients to have the liquid zinc and bring it with them if they're going anywhere, because I mean, it happened to me very often every time I'm going somewhere during the holiday that, somebody in the family
that's correct
is going to be sick. So so bring that with you. They can mix it with, if it's kids or whatever, they can mix it with something, and so it doesn't taste awful.
But rule of thumb, zinc tastes bad because it's a mineral.
Yeah.
And the worse it tastes, the more you need it.
That's right.
so just a rule of thumb. So just make it palatable. You only need like a half a teaspoon to start with.
Yeah.
And so remember, if you're going to be flying, we have these other issues of people in the airplane coughing and sneezing and come from other parts of the country. And travel, what it is, it's best to drive your own car.
Yes.
Not take public transportation.
Exactly. And in addition, with the airport, I mean, you get all zapped. You're going through the
exactly, security.
The security, plus you get the fume from the the fume from the airplane. So plenty of challenges, let's put it that way, like to your immune system. So if you survive that, well done. You have a good immune system.
And hopefully, if they're traveling, they're going to some place like Hawaii or something like that.
Exactly. Great. So hope that, Amber, we answer your questions.
Oh, by the way, Amber, hello. Long time no see.
Yes, that's Amber. Good that you are with us. Thank you for being for your question. Now, looking ahead on the New Year's resolutions, right? So like everyone, number one, always New Year's resolutions, losing weight.
Lose weight,
right? So looking into the future of that resolutions, what tips you can give to practitioners? Well, because I mean, they don't need to wait to January 1st to do something about it, right?
No, they do not.
Exactly.
The issue is make sure they're on good digestive enzymes.
Yes.
Make sure they're minimizing their carbohydrate intake, because that's what puts the weight on. I'm an old farm boy, and the way we put the livestock put their weight on, we fed them carbs, and people are just two-legged livestock, and so eat carbs, put on weight. So the next thing is, when people want to start losing weight, they have to remember By the time they put the weight on, the body shifted its metabolism from fat burning to fat storing. So now in order to get rid of the weight, you got to convert it from fat storing back to fat burning. And that always takes longer than people want to give it. So one of the things to do is start talking to people now is minimize your carb intake now. Otherwise, it's going to take your body a very long time to start converting from storing the food you eat to burning the food you eat.
Right, exactly. And they can also, like you mentioned before, like they can do walk meanwhile, like
Have some walks, or many people are probably going to get aerobic type devices for Christmas, treadmills, bicycles, or join a gym. So that's the main thing that happens the first of the year. So we can prepare people for that. So those of you out there that do some testing, make sure you test the muscle tissue itself.
That's right. That's right. That's awesome. So is those are all great strategies that can be done like on an immediate basis, right? But again, as you mentioned, this is just we're scratching the surface. Now, what we're going to have a seminars, by the way, on just we mentioned it. We're going to be December 13. Okay, it's a Saturday. It's going to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's going to be a chat with Dr. Brett, and it's going to be a great seminars about on this subject, and it's going to be how to basically surviving the holiday. We call it surviving the holiday workshop or seminars, because it's very challenging time, and it sound funny title, but it is challenging. So do you want to give a little bit of preview of what some of the things that you're going to cover?
It's primarily going to be all on clinical pearls.
Yeah.
Not on what to test, just the clinical pearls on how certain products work and when they should be used and when not. And those of you doing some muscle testing procedures, I'm going to teach you how to sneak it into a program that you already have a patient on to not mess up the program.
Right, exactly. And from a point of view also, because you have a lot of, I mean, before teaching, I mean, you have your own practice. For anyone doesn't know about Dr. Brad, before teaching, he had his own chiropractic practice and nutrition practice. How many patients you were seeing when you had your practice?
Well, when I was rocking and rolling for about 30 years, I saw 100 patients a day, 3 days a week, and I did that for approximately 40 years.
Wow, that's amazing. So obviously you have faced both sides of the aisle, like personally when you were running your practice, but also on indirectly when you're teaching. So so in the seminars, beside the clinical pearls of what to take, but also there is a point of lifestyle challenges or changes that can be done that you're going to cover, or anything?
Yeah, we'll cover that, because some of the times people get in problems because they develop habits and routines.
Right.
So you got to break the habits and routines so they have to stay away from certain things. Just as one hint, don't walk down the middle of a grocery aisle. Shop the outside of the grocery store.
That's right. Avoid all the bakery.
That's right. Well, the problem is they now put the bakery on the outside. On the outside. So
yes, I noticed that.
Start in aisle one. Don't start on the outside. It's aisle one.
That's right.
Start there.
Just go straight to the meat.
That's right.
Kind of do a beeline on.
Exactly.
Put your blinder on if you go to the bakery.
Well, and I can tell you, one of the things that help is patients need to be educated on what the food they are eating does. So one of the best things a clinician can do is have handouts.
Yes.
Don't try to explain it verbally, because when you explain it verbally, the patient remembers approximately 10% of what you told them. If they have it in writing, they remember it. So there's a saying that I've said many times when I'm teaching is, if it's not written, it's not true. Patients are the same way. If they don't see it in writing, they don't believe it. Right.
So handout, that's a great tip.
Yeah. And the issue is, have a series of handouts for several weeks going up, so you can warn patients. Here's what to expect. Here's how to here's a hint and get it over, and give them some articles on diets and exercise and lifestyle, because that's the issue, is people just get into a rut.
Totally. That makes sense. And now, on the subject of education, which is, you made a great point, also could be a suggestion like during or prior to the holiday that they can do like an educational seminars themselves and invite people to open house and so forth.
Oh, absolutely. I keep talking about patient education talks. I developed my large practice because I did a patient education talk every Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Every Thursday for 40 years. I never missed well, the only Thursdays I miss if they haven't been a holiday. But otherwise, I gave a patient education talk on lifestyle, diet, exercise, how the body works. And just from that, I generated a lot of new patients every week, because people really, once they understand what health really is, because the issue that many people don't look at, the definition of health has nothing to do with a symptom. Health is a state of optimum mental, physical, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease and infirmity. And so patients understand that, which is, you can have a great write-up on patient. Health is not getting rid of symptoms. By the time the symptom arise, the tissue damage has been taking place. The research shows that 70% of the tissue must be damaged before a symptom shows up in the first place. Wow. If you back it down to 69%, there's no symptom. That doesn't equal health. Health is a state of optimum function.
Right. That's totally correct.
And I could get off on a tangent on that, talk for a couple of hours, because I used to do that every Thursday.
Totally. No, that makes sense. And out of curiosity, like what you found successful in your practice Thursday, at what time you were hosting those events?
I did it at 11 o'clock for two reasons. Number one, I was in farm country for my first practice. So you couldn't do it in the morning or the evening because the farmers were out handling their livestock. So the center of the day, sometimes between 10 and 2. All right, I did it at 11 o'clock because that happened to be my half day off. I give my lecture from 11 to 12, and by 12:30 I was on the golf course.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well that sounds good to me.
You had to get to be. I was a scratch golfer at one time, and it had to be on the golf course to get a low score.
That's great. That's great. So let's see if we have any more questions. 1 second. So let's see, any more questions? I don't see any at the moment, but going back to the seminars that Dr. Brett is talking about is going to be on Saturday, December 13. Okay, it's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, more or less. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be live via Zoom. Right?
And I'll go as long as people have questions.
Yes. And there is a small fee, entrance fee. Okay, it's about $90 or something like that. But there is a link under the descriptions. You're going to have a lot of great training and seminars born from all the experience of Dr. Brett has. To finalize the discussions, anything else or any other point that maybe you want to go over?
No, I just hope to see everybody there. It's going to be rather non-formal, and so interactive. Ask all the questions, and knowing those people I've already taught, they're going to have other questions besides this, and I'm willing to answer those too.
Great, exactly. So, all right, folks. So there you have it. We want to be respectful of your time, so we try to be always about 30 minutes. So that but if you have any more questions, we'll be happy to answer you. If you want to send some questions to Dr. Brett, you can send it to clinical
at unsinc.info.
Exactly. So we are here for you. We're happy to answer your questions. For any of you that are new, also just a little plug. Some of you will see this podcast a replay, and you will see maybe on Facebook, or if you watch it on YouTube, would be super, super helpful so that this is a spread around to, like the podcast, and also to subscribe to the channel. It's going to help to spread these informations and for the YouTube algorithm. So
it is, and anybody's eligible to come to this, whether they're a client here or not. If they're interested in nutrition, they should show up.
Absolutely, absolutely, and nutrition is so key factors that obviously you want to put into immediate application, things that works. And Dr. Brad, with his many years of activity and experience, can answer all your questions and give you real good practical advice. So
I will.
Exactly, and that's why we're doing it. So anyway, so thank you for coming. I look forward to see you all at the 13 December seminars with Dr. Brad. And again, Dr. Brad,
Well,
thank you.
and just remind me, it's 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes, 10 a.m. Eastern time, Saturday, and be there. Thank you.